aka Padders. This is your host, Peter A. DeLuca. And if you're new here, this is where we do long form movie conversations in short, digestible bites because this podcast, aka Pad's Audio Audacity, we are obsessed. I am obsessed with movies, with cinema, with general entertainment, with high end art. All of it, the high and the low. There's a place for it all. We're on the run of discussing Netflix is always a hot topic. Always a hot topic. Netflix has just lost like 1/2 of a million subscribers. The stock tank, it's still at 500 though. It's still a good buy. Okay. Always buy on the dip. Period. We're talking Ice Road. This is a movie everyone trashed. It's a lot of fun. It's also directed by the guy that wrote the greatest Die Hard movie of them all. Welcome back. Exiting that intro, coming in hot. So we're doing a lot of things here in Peter World, and thank you for joining me. Right now, we are embarking on a trip to Niagara Falls. So I'm on a mad content run, and I would say every single time I travel on this level, because I'm leaving for over a week, every single time I build towards this practice, it gets better, it gets more refined, I panic less, I do more going into it. This time around, I'm going to have, people, round of applause for your boy here for being productive. We're going to have episodes for this podcast getting released while I'm away, pre-recorded YouTube content, comic book pages, comic book layouts, and a stockpile of things to work on. New projects starting, old projects ending, that sort of stuff. So, but real quick, quick note, I'm looking very much forward to this Niagara Falls trip because it is a family vacation. And this is what we call within the DeLuca household, so to speak, the final of the first. So we knew going into this year we would have a lot of first, meaning these are things we're doing without my father, without him being with us. And, we're all dealing with his death and his passing. We all deal with it in our own ways. I seem to be coping with it very well by pouring more of myself into my work. And I think my work is paying off. I think my relationships, ayo, what's up, playa? No. I believe all of these things are paying off because there is a drive. There's a fire that burns in you when you lose someone very close and when you lose a loved one. And also when someone is through and through, even in their later years, right? Because we can't judge a entire life. A lot of times we judge people from where they are when we know them. But generally a good person, like through and through. And just seeing a good person pass, it's always tough. So we got Liam Neeson in a freaking Netflix movie. We are obsessed with Netflix this year. I'm letting so many things pass by because I just don't give a shit, to be honest. I want to lock my claws into Netflix and be able to say I collectively have discussed, reviewed, analyzed a run of Netflix movies unlike any other human being on planet Earth. I kind of already feel like I'm there at this point. I know a lot of full-time movie reviewers will, they will review movies and collectively they may have touched on everything that I've touched on, but no one's done it in this manner. And the reason why we do it in this manner, the reason why we do lock in our claws is because we want to be able to see through the intent of a lot of these movies from a studio standpoint. And here we go. We have I mean, Netflix minds what's interesting more than anyone. I've said this a couple movies ago, with our astronaut videos. Ice Road Truckers, right? Very big show. People love it. Netflix has its finger enough on the pulse to get the great Liam Neeson, who at this point, this is why you become an actor. We don't become an actor for Rob Roy. We become an actor to get put into a Star Wars movie, to have a comeback with Taken, and then become a perennial feature. Like you yourself, you are the feature. Every single one of Liam Neeson movies I want to watch. I love them. I think they all look great. They all have the same movie poster. And I was kind of expecting the same from this. And the funny thing is, a lot of times with these ice road, like white polar movies, it's a little bit of a curveball. And he did a movie called, I think it was called The White, right? With the wolves. And that movie was not so much about the wolves as it was about survival. This movie isn't Die Hard on the truck. This movie is a pretty cool analysis and commentary on the effects of capitalism, and I think it's done very well. It's a commentary on autism. It's a commentary on the public healthcare system, or lack thereof, and it's a commentary on our responsibilities to our family members. Okay? And it highlights an insanely dangerous job that we all take for granted. So on that premise, right? Like, how do you not sit down and enjoy this movie knowing that? Everyone who spoke about this movie, I mean, endlessly, everything Liam Neeson does gets compared to Taken, which is, yeah, I'm taken aback by that. Pun intended. So this movie already comes as a huge recommendation just because it's like pizza movie. It's a popcorn movie. It's like put some tater tots in the oven or into the air fryer, and you sit down and you got yourself a brewski, and what's not to freaking love? And finally, I love it when we have directors and film creators, film helmers that I can talk to you about, because so many times I look people up nowadays, especially with the Netflix effect, and they have zero credit and zero like online credentials. It's funny, but this guy, this dude, okay, writer for the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, Jonathan Hensley, A Far Off Place, writer, 1995, writer, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Jumanji, executive producer Con Air, writer Val Kilmer, The Saint, writer Armageddon. He's a Bruckheimer guy, people. Executive producer Gone in 60 Seconds, directorial debut The Punisher, writer Next, highly underrated, overlooked movie, writer Welcome to the Jungle, highly rated, overlooked movie, writer and director. Oh, sorry, he's also director of Welcome to the Jungle. And now we're already up 2011. His most recent movie, other than this one, Kill the Irishman, highly overlooked, underrated movie. His Wikipedia has uncredited writing works. I love these sections. The Rock, Con Air, Virus, underrated comic book adaptation from Dark Horse starring Jamie Lee Curtis, incredible movie. Gone in 60 Seconds, Gemini Man, 2011. Gemini Man, already an underrated, overlooked movie. And he's Ice Road, overlooked, underrated movie. So everyone, Netflix is, I'm making the stance, I'm building the argument, the greatest modern day film studio that we have. It really is, okay? 200 million plus subscribers. They keep cranking out the content. They know who they're making the content for. They have the analytics behind it. Their film rollout clearly displays that. They know more than we do. at this point, and I'm grateful enough to pay that $10 or $15 a month and go along on the ride with them. It's fantastic, and we're also pairing winter action esque, or I guess they're we can say this is an action movie. Tomorrow, next episode 379, one away from the 380 nut. We have Polar. What the fuck? Polar completely shook my world, blew me away. Based on a graphic novel. Again, another, just like Extraction, another Netflix graphic novel adaptation. The Old Guard, same. Old Guard, a little bit more of a series than a graphic novel. Polar. Didn't know about it. Kind of knew about it. Blew me away. We're going to talk about it because Polar is a part of a trope that is getting more and more interesting per generation of filmmakers. So I can't wait to discuss that with you. Everyone, Peter A. DeLuca here. Find me on Twitter, AKAPAD, Instagram, AKAPAD69. You want to support me? Uzi Susie available right now on Etsy. Sign up for Dark Hero on Indiegogo. Be on the lookout for Trial by Fire. You want some free trading cards? Go to akapad.com. Sign up. Address, email address. You sign up for the newsletter, and I'm going to mail you 2 Wolfpack trading cards. Everyone, thanks for hanging out. I love you.